right, welcome back. So you can delete post, and that's great, but the feature we want to add is an undo capability. So if you delete four and you're like, oh shoot, I didn't mean to delete four. Oh, it's too late, it's gone. We're going to give you an opportunity to undo it. Now, like historically, what people do is you'd click delete and it'd say, are you sure? And you'd say yes. But these days, what people are moving more towards you've got a few seconds of undo, right? So you've got 5 seconds to undo it or something like that. And that's what we're going to implement. So come back over into your post service. Actually, I changed my mind. Instead of going to the post service, let's do this inside the actual post. So the post service won't have to worry about the details of undo. We'll keep the UI out of him. So we'll do this actually in the post component. The first thing we want to do is we want to have a snack bar. So in order to use snack bars, you need to use dependency injection for an MD snack bar. I believe we introduced snack bars last time in Password Keeper. It doesn't know where to get it from. It's just material, not material. So we'll just fix that. And so what we want to do is we want to start off by showing a snack bar. So the way you show a snack bar is you say this.snackbar.open and you give it some text. We'll just say post removed. I think that seems fairly descriptive. So if you go try that out, it's going to work poorly, right? So you hit delete and it says post removed. So I mean, it worked. The snack bar stays up here forever and ever. And that's what you told it to do. You just open the snack bar and that's the end, right? But what we really want to do is we want to also have an action on here. So we'll make our action be undo. And then the third parameter is an object that you can pass in different things. One of the keys you can give is duration, and you can decide how long does their undo window last. And so you could say 500 because it's in milliseconds. So this change will have the word undo on there, and you'll have 5 seconds to click it. So if I hit, make sure it's finished uploading, so it says post removed undo, and you've basically got 5 seconds to undo it. And if you don't in that much time, it's gone, right? Now, if you were to click the undo button, I need some more post to delete, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you were to click it, really nothing happens, but it does at least close the window faster, right? So if I delete 4, but then I hit undo, it doesn't actually undo it. So we need that to call a function for us. In order to call a function, we need a reference to the snack bar. So I'll just call it snackbar ref. Not very creative with my names. And then we can use that reference, that snack bar reference, to call on action. And on action is a stream, right? And so you can actually subscribe to on action. And so whenever you subscribe to something, you need to give it a fat arrow. So I'm just going to say the user clicked undo. Then I probably need a semicolon on here. I suppose that since I say subscribe, I probably ought to unsubscribe at some point. But to be honest, I don't really know how to do that, and I'm not that worried about it. So I'm just going to let it go for now. So once this guy has refreshed, so I'm going to click delete on 3, and then I'm going to click undo, and it says the user clicked undo. So we're making good progress. Now what we've got to do is we've got to actually undo it. Well, there actually is no undo in Firebase, not that I know of, at least anyway. But what you can do is you can easily redo it, right? So there used to be a post here, it had this information, and all you really need to do to undo is to know that information and put it back, right? So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to make something called a restored post. So this is my restored post. So it's just going to be a new post. And my restored post needs the data that a post needs. So it needs to know what the body is, and the body it can actually get from the current post, so it can just be body. The restored post needs to know what the author key is, and there's two places you could get the author key from. You could get it from the post with author, which would be fine, but actually you could also get it from the auth service, because the current user ID. They're the same, but for some reason I like this one better. So it's the person who signed in now. They're the same. You feel free to get it from the post with author .author key. So now I've got those two pieces of a post that I want to put in. And now I'm happy to let the post service take over from here. So what the post service needs to do is he needs to, I'm going to call it update, is he needs to take the current key. So we'll just say post with author $key. And he needs to update it to be this restored post, right? And so I'm going to make a function over there which receives a key. So like, where do you want me to put this thing? And then also the restored post. And so I've still got to go implement that method. But while I'm over here, probably the next thing I'd like to do is I'd like to, show a snack bar that says like post restored, right? Post restored. And there's no action on it, so I'm just going to take out the word undo, and then I'm going to keep the duration concept, but I don't need it to be up for nearly as long. So I'm just going to show for 3 seconds post restored with an exclamation point. So let's go make this update method, and it gets a key and then a post. So if we go over to our post service, so now we need an update, which is going to get a key, which is a string, and then also a post, which is a post, and it returns nothing. See how good I was at remembering to say void that time. And now we need to put it back, right? And so it's actually similar to the stuff we did up here. So you can do it with standard Firebase, or you can do it with Firebase database. But we've got the post path, then this was the key to remove. But instead of doing a remove, we're going to do a set, and we're going to pass in the post. So you can probably guess that the other one is just set and post as well. And there's set, and then there's also one called update. And to be honest, you could use set or update in this case. The difference is if there's 10 fields and you set 2, set will blow away all 10 and leave you with 2. And update, if you have 10 and you update 2, it'll just modify those 2, right? So in general, I don't know, you could use set or post, it just doesn't matter. For something like this, I'll just leave it as set. I predict that that'll be fine. And so I'm going to do it with the standard Firebase API, and let's just see if we can make this guy work. So I've got a post number 2 here. I'll tell you what, I'll make it to where we can kind of see the database as well. So let's see if we can get them both together here. So number 2 here should be this bottom guy. And so if I hit delete, you can see he's gone. But if I hit undo, it puts him back. And so you'll see that as far as the user is concerned, it really was an undo. So I deleted it, it's gone. And then I did an undo, and it's back. But really it was, it got blown away, and then it got put back. And you can do it with any post, right? So here's a display a post, I delete it, and then I hit undo, and it pops right back into place. That's cool, right? Just because I'm a big nerd, I'm curious if my database option was also correct. Looks like I need to change the word key there. And I hypothesized that I could use update or set. I'm just going to show that I could use Angular Fire 2 and update and have the exact same result. So if I try it again here, so I delete number 2, and then I hit undo, and it puts it right back, which is cool. It's funny, if you're fast enough, you can delete it and undo it. You can actually see the red and the green text over there. So both work. It does not matter which you use. For whatever reason, I think of this task as a standard Firebase API. I just wanted to prove how cool I was, that I knew how to do it other ways. So I added a snack bar in here. I did dependency injection for my snack bar. Inside the component, I do kind of the UI things, which is to show the snack bar. And then if they click undo, to like prepare the post to put back, and then I have the post service actually put it back for me. And then I say post restored. And the post service, he does the actual work with Firebase. So this is allow a post to be restored, I think is a good message. Cool, so things are working just dandy. We've got another cool feature. I suppose the next thing we ought to work on is edit, but we will do that next time. See you then. Bye.